All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Princes of Azemar, Season 5, Episode 29, The Broken City. Bum, bum, bum. Let's start with a round of intros. In the top left, played by Lily and Alex, we've got the twin blacksmith fighters. They're the Eldritch Brothers. You've probably heard of them.
Our new contractually obligated titles.
Sorry. Euron, King Garon, King Huron, and Staff Galan.
And don't forget it.
And don't forget it.
Galan's on staff.
Next, our friend and Brandon. You can't hit him. He's too smart. It's Burnham Shortwick.
He's
Hello.
so hard.
What's that, galaxy brain? Like.
I was in down
Yeah.
Kung Fu.
All right.
Cast spells.
I think my mic is
When
peaking
it's
up
like
again.
right.
In the bottom left, played by our friend Bobby, the warlock with more vices than virtues. It's Quaros Ravenrock.
Yo, what's good?
The goat.
Device properties, volume lower.
Bah.
There we go. All right. Then, last but not least, our friend Lincoln playing the Fashion Dragon himself, formerly known as Dirk Courage. It's Nadam Ilrio Nazir.
You're all welcome.
You watched last week's episode, right?
Maybe. No, I did not.
Cool.
It's the season of busy. Everybody's busy right now.
I'm sorry, I have 2.5 jobs.
No, it's all right. Let's do some summaries. Y'all, in the last few weeks, have been assaulting, or rather, were assaulting the city of Zengrata called Kalbror Row by the orcs. Roosball and the orcs had taken it over. Y'all brought the fight there. You disconnected Roosball from his evil demon portal, stripping him of his power over demons. You beat the crap out of him and broke this magic portal he was trying to open with this evil eye, and you
Good.
defeated him. Meanwhile, Nadam, when that shadow dragon sent the rest of your friends away, that shadow dragon did not send you away. It turned to you, and it basically said, like, get on my back, we're going for a ride.
So hell yeah. Hell yeah, I did.
Basically, whenever you go off screen, you get really OP. And it was like nth level this time. You're not even ready for how epic it was. You're not.
After defeating Roosball and taking Zengrata and returning and, routing the last of the orcs, sending them back, and bringing this magical orb they discovered to Islith to be cast into the volcano, they heard news in the north of a dragonborn dragon rider just burning up orcs left and right.
Hell yes.
And they found out later that was you. Over the next couple months, y'all worked on rebuilding West Azemar, and there was a council convened to decide how West Azemar would be governed now, because we've already established that we wanted that y'all were working for something not under the Empire, the yoke of the Empire anymore. Nadam made an impassioned plea and convinced everyone that Euron and Galan, Uranibor, Galandor,
All he said was, "Who has a better story than the Eldritch Brothers?"
It was
Nobody.
really dope, though. Like,
it was,
Nobody has a better story than
pretty
the Eldritch Brothers.
and so the West will
basically,
now
he
be
rolled
called.
a nat 20 on persuasion, and it was really great.
The West will be called Uranibor. The capital city will be a rebuilt Zengrata called Galandor. The Eridan will carry Roosball's staff, now completely stripped of any magical powers. It seems to just be a mundane staff
My
as a
enemies don't
symbol
need to know that.
of power. And they will
We don't talk
rule
about that.
together as twins, king and staff. It was a little while after that, after you guys are overseeing the plans for the rebuilt Galandor and many other cities in the West, that you guys got a message from Zavrin. He was like, hey, what up? Remember that thing you did for me? It's almost ready. You should come by and also bring back my mages.
Oh right, those are
We
yours.
used them to, like, fast forward version of rebuilding Zengrata to be less crappy. We were like, hey, can you help with all these reconstruction projects and all these cities that we've conquered?
So you all returned to his eye, and there you saw Zavrin was ready to go. He He had the amulet. He had a circle of mages about every couple 100 feet around the city, another mage carrying a staff, and they started pounding the staffs into the ground in like a syncopated rhythm that went around the city a couple times. He opened the amulet. He cast his spell. Right at that moment when Aridin said, "Wait, did we tell him about Dendar?" Boom! Dendar erupted out of the ground, wrapped himself around the spire, the tower in the middle of Azai. Zavarin backpedaled as quick as he could and got his mages to basically cast a shield spell over the city of Azai, freezing it in place. The color being sucked out of this city, it's fading to black and white like the Shadowfell, like Aridin and the other Irina saw in Mesro. Yeah, it was bad. Then Vizerin showed up, and
to make bad worse,
with a slow clap, thanked Zavarin for unwittingly helping with Vizerin's plans, and Vizerin said, "Well, now I have business in Azai," and basically Misty stepped his way into the city.
Rude.
And zipped off.
He wants to go talk to Snack.
Zavarin turned to all of you and said, "You all need to A, stop him, B, stop Dendar, and C, save the city. Or the whole realm could be destroyed."
it's a pretty intense to-do list.
He opened a hole in the shield, let y'all in, and it closed behind you. And that is where we left the party.
Rock and roll.
So as you guys enter Azai, the first thing that you obviously notice is that everything is stripped of color. It is black and white. It is like the Shadowfell. For those of you who have seen the Shadowfell before, it is Aridin exactly like that half of Mesro that was embedded in the Shadowfell when you escaped. The color is stripped away. As you all start...
It's because someone killed the moon spirit.
Do not bring that up. It's really traumatizing.
Warily making your way through the city, being careful, you notice that things are quiet. There's no sound from outside the sphere protrudes, and inside the city it is dead silent.
Spook.
As you start heading down the roads and making your way closer to the spire, you see that while everything else is still, the shape of Dendar seems to be almost flickering, like a shadow in candlelight. And as you pass through the city, you start to see just here and there, not a lot of people, but these almost not people, but shadows of people, and they're flickering similarly. This sort of like a candlelit or a firelit shadow.
Like they're there but not there.
They're exactly, and they're frozen in place. They're not moving.
And the shape of Dendar is also doing that.
Correct.
But Dendar's moving.
Dendar seems to be. It's hard to tell at first. But after you guys have walked a little ways into the city, he seems to be moving ever so slowly, sort of spiraling up the tower.
Well, why can't we just stab him while he's extra slow?
I don't know if that will work. He's kind of the size of the city.
I feel like if you stab anything enough, it'll die.
Yeah, hit points are an abstraction, alright? If you hit him enough times, eventually he runs out of hit points and dies.
I don't know if we could ever run him out of these hit points.
He's a god, after all. I don't think we can kill him.
Well, do we send him home then?
Well, even if we can't kill him, I'm really sick of his shit. So even if we just hurt him real bad, so he doesn't come bother me again, that would be great.
We are probably supposed to be more concerned about Vizerin. Not that the giant snake isn't terrifying.
I'm concerned about them ganging up on us, working together. So I feel
Take
like
out the little one first.
Yeah, Dendar,
Vizman
hello.
may have a way to send him home, too.
So Koros, what do you think we should do first?
We should go find Vizrin. I think I'm agreeing with
I
Staffborn.
just have a horrible vision of Vizerin, charming this giant snake and having it eat me. But
I
yeah,
think we should definitely go get Vizerin first.
Of course, you
All
ever
right.
looked out kebab before?
motion passed. Everybody wants to get Vizerin. Let's do it. Do we have any idea which way he went?
So you're
That
not
way.
certain which way he went. But as you guys approach and get closer to the spire, you start to see a few of the places, because I'll remind you about the structure of Azai. I don't have my notebook. It's in my backpack. That Azai is like, take an underground sphere. except that the top half of it is just sticking out above the ground, and in the center of that is that spire, that tower that protrudes above and below down into the sphere. What you also know is that just like 6 months ago when you left Azai, it was the time of ascent, when everyone comes above ground and the seat of government rises to the top of the tower. It is now, after this 6 months of travel and war, and then travel again, or travel, war, rebuilding, travel, anyway, it is now the time of descent. So the seat of government, everything has descended. That's why you realize that the city has been sort of empty-ish. You haven't seen many of these shades of people.
Right.
And as you start getting closer to the center of the city, there are more and more passages that lead down, open stairwells, open areas that lead to that sort of hanging undercity.
Right.
And you see a blue-green light, the only color you've seen in the city so far, just shining from below.
Sure, it's something evil.
No, shining things are good.
No, everything
They're
is black and
important
white
for
right
you.
now, so it's probably evil.
What you're saying is Steven Spielberg is directing.
Yes.
Whatever that is, I have a feeling that Vizrin's probably going for it too.
Probably.
Or causing it.
Or causing it. Either way.
Could be in it.
Seems like a good place to start.
Kind of our biggest lead.
Sounds good.
All right.
As you guys descend down a staircase, you come out onto a small balcony that then the staircase descends a bit further to the walkways and the underhanging pieces of the city here. But on this small balcony is the first time where you sort of have come through the ground and out into the side of the undercity. And you see the massive shape of Dendar. It's, still wrapped around the spire all the way down until you see where its tail sort of disappears into, floating in the center of this spherical space. You saw it before when you visited Azai. There was this just large source of light, this strange floating, almost
Yes, we
like
did see that
a
before.
massive version of a dancing lights, just a floating light.
Big, fancy drift globe.
Yeah. That light has changed. Before, where that light had a color, a soft color, but like a soft bluish color, but like a more natural light color. This is now emanating this bluish green, and instead of a bright sphere of light, there now it's much darker, and there seems to be something solid at the core here. That the light is still protruding around it, but that there is something else there at the center. Right where Dendar's tail comes to the point in this in this floating light.
So that light is what we were seeing that's blue-green?
Yes.
Okay. Was it blue-green before?
It was bluish before, and but like almost blue towards white, like natural light.
Is it accessible, or is it like hanging out?
It is floating. It is very far away. I mean, the size of the Undercity, the sphere that is the Undercity, is massive. So it is, hundreds and hundreds of thousands. I don't know. I have to do math. Many feet away, floating in the center there. The only point that draws close to it in the whole sphere here is the bottom of the spire. That spire tower in the center of Azai that goes up also comes down, and it just comes down to a point just above this massive sphere, and Dendar's tail is wrapped around it, the spire.
Well, guys, I think we need to do Amnesia: The Dark Descent.
Don't like
I
this.
think that's where we need to go.
That's not traditional fire.
Do you have your aura thing still working, bro?
Which aura?
The detect evil shit.
Oh, I can just turn
always
that on whenever you want.
Yeah, it's just like a switch, right? You
Sure,
just,
yeah,
flip it
Divine
on.
Sense. Till the end of the next turn, I know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Cool.
Oh,
Thanks,
no.
bro.
I was just wanting to see if the light ball was.
Oh, fuck. I'm sorry,
Cool.
my drop down. Everyone knows my identity
You
now.
clutch your head in pain, but you recover quickly. There's an overwhelming sense of dread and evil emanating, even though it's outside your typical range. Dendar, is so powerfully evil.
I do know the type. What is he?
An evil god.
Cool. So is that like a celestial?
I mean, kind of.
I need to know
A
for
primordial?
damage. Cool. Great. Yeah. Oh, there's something here.
I was hoping that, like, I was trying to find out if the light was evil or was gonna fuck us up.
Oh, I
but,
can also know consecrated or desecrated ground. Is there any of that around me?
The entire city is desecrated.
Great. It's a great
What?
place.
That's bad. All right. So do we think like he's just corrupted this light or something, or what?
Only one way to find out, I think.
I feel like so when we were in Mesro, he was pulling the entire city like into the Shadowfell world. Correct, Jake?
Mm-hmm.
That seems to be what he's done here.
Or trying
Like
to do?
blending the dimensions. He's Dormammuing it.
No. All right. That is the case.
As you're now in the city, you see many more in various places throughout the city of these shades, these shadows, these flickering shadows in the shapes of people. But now that you're down here, you do spy other movement. There's echoes of it in here, because there's this silence before of above ground. Here below ground, you hear things moving and scurrying, and as you look out over the city, you see it's hard to make out anything specifically, but there are things moving about, creatures in this place that were not above ground.
They're probably evil if they're hanging
Do
out.
not
with
want.
Yeah, did I ping those as well, Jake?
None within 60 feet or whatever.
Okay.
All right.
I think we
you
should
wanna
probably head
go-
to the spire.
I agree.
Okay. Cool.
All right. As you start making your way to the spire, I would like everyone to give me perception checks.
Perception.
Perception. I see very goodly.
Ooh, check it. Check who's going to remember to set their drop down.
Perceptify.
It's pretty good for a -1.
I know.
Ew.
Oh, come on. I said it.
Alright, just as bad as Lincoln.
All right. Eldris Brothers.
Woo! Go, bro.
You notice these sort of creeping figures behind you that are following you. You've been making your way through the hanging passages of the city, around this building and then down and through this sort of cave and then over here, and there's all this underhang. And you've noticed that something is skulking in the shadows behind you and following you.
Skulking. He had an ill look. Have they been
Big
following
fan
us
of
for
a
3
good
days?
skulk.
Yeah, can we pull a Gandalf? Like, they've been following us for 300 feet. Meters, because we don't use feet, yeah.
What was all that?
Was all what?
The thing that Lily was saying.
Oh, they've been following us.
We're
for, like-
referencing our favorite play, The Lordeth of the Rings.
It's very modern. There have been several
It's almost
productions.
special.
If you'd hung out more in our new capital, you would know it's all the talk right now. Okay, but yeah, they've been following us for a while, and like we can quietly let y'all know. Wait, do we still have our Jake? Do we
Everyone
still have our...
everyone but Irina has one, yeah.
I mean, is she here?
I guess Irina probably got a new one now that you guys went back to Angate.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm
So,
sure
yeah.
the criminal Rogar Bridgebreaker could provide her with one.
Cool.
So you guys are going to continue forward?
Forward to glory.
I mean, after getting that information, do you guys want to like stop and see if they catch up, or do you want to try
haven't
to
attacked us yet.
confront them?
I think
Okay.
time is of the essence. We should keep moving.
All right. Cool. We'll just keep going.
How about this? Stash, what did you lag behind? Leave Stash like on the ground.
Cool. Yeah, even if we can just get a better look at him.
Excellent.
Yeah, we can keep moving.
Great.
Are you doing the thing where you look through Stash's eyes?
No, I mean, they're how far behind again?
Just like a block behind you, just around the next building, like not very far. They're following you fairly closely, but clinging to the shadows, and it is quite dark. Much darker than when you were here last.
Okay, yeah, I'll go in Stash's eyes once they get near him.
Okay, so you guys are standing still?
Sure, I'll stick with the group.
I thought we were still moving and he was...
You can't really walk and have your eyes see something else without
okay, well then I
tripping
won't do
and
it,
falling
that's
over
fine.
things.
I
can
can have my wolf keep an eye on him.
I'll just leave him there and see what happens from afar.
Okay. As you guys continue walking and you send Stash back, Burnham, you feel your connection to Stash suddenly broken.
Well, that's not very nice. They just stomped on him.
Rude. So,
You close one eye real quick to see if you can see, and you just see a gullet.
Gross.
Wait. They ate my friend.
they
Hold
ate
on,
him?
where'd he go? They ate him. What? We're not letting them get away with that. That's not nice. Where'd you go? 1 minute. Just one.
I have infinite stashes.
I spend a minute finding
Still 1
Stash.
minute cooldown.
As you guys continue to walk, and you're making your way more towards the spire, you dig, and after a minute later, there he is.
He comes out a little traumatized.
His eyes are...
Poor baby.
Are we going to stop and confront them? It's very rude, eating people's pets.
I am all for it. I support you if you want to do that.
I wouldn't mind, but they don't attack us.
They ate a thing that we left behind. I don't know. They ate a live creature. That's
Well, I
Alive
think if we keep
dust
moving and we get to the bottom of the
creature.
spire and we feel cornered, then we can kill him.
okay. So wait
by
till
me.
we're fully surrounded by enemies. Okay, cool, got it.
We're fully surrounded by enemies right now.
Sounds good. Okay.
It's just like a spiral
I'm
down.
kind of in a rush. We're getting sucked into a hell dimension.
Not if we have anything to say about it. It's all good. All right, cool. Downward. Continuing downward.
All right. You're actually, at this point, almost going, like, up rather than down, because you're on, you came down to the sort of the side of the sphere, and you're coming up to the very top of it to get to the spire that then goes down. And as you approach, you come to this sort of wider, not quite a courtyard, but it's a wider underhang with a bit of a gap between you and the spire. There are not a lot of buildings very close to the spire. There's a bit of a gap between the rest of the city and where the spire begins. And you can see, like, right near where you are, where the massive bulk of Dendar just sort of rips through the ground there and wraps around the spire, and you can see it continuing downward over the edge of the balcony. You can just see the spire going downward. And out of the shimmering shadow of Dendar, you start to see it flicker and wobble, almost like something is there inside of it. And then this massive walking humanoid shadow figure.
I was gonna say, can I try to stab where the wiggling is? But
Badass.
You are maybe 100 feet away,
I thought it was like
Those
right
things
by me, and I was like, tempting.
and it just
Bro, it's your patronage from here?
steps out.
Great,
I wish to join you, fellow goat creature.
dude. It wishes its horns were as nice as yours.
Well, thank you.
Welcome.
Give me just a second. And you see, closer to in this courtyard, you see there's various of these shades of people that are sort of in the city when this happened, that are frozen there in this shadowy form. And as this thing steps out, you just see this like dark, shadowy, negative energy just spilling off of it, and these shades, you see several of them just like within like this like 30-foot aura around this creature just disintegrate and fall away.
Oh, like people who were here?
Yeah,
People who were here in his eye before just disintegrating in proximity to this thing. And this thing is just, it steps out, and then it's just sort of standing there in front of Dendar and in front of the spire.
Beat it.
Yeah,
Is it possible to go around it?
It's
just
sort of right between you and the spire.
Fella?
but it's not attacking us.
It's just standing there.
But it's in our way.
Might you be a sphinx?
Not everything
I'm
is a
good at
sphinx.
riddles.
Burnham. We could fly over it.
We can't go around it. Just kidding.
There's not much over it to go because you're at the with the spire, the base of the spire, right? As it before it goes down in this sort of
Right. So
hanging area.
my question is it in our path?
It is in your path to the spire.
All right.
Certainly.
Can I like casually get one of my throwing axes ready, and then as soon as I'm in the 60-foot range, just chuck it right at its face?
They might be fluent in threats. Be careful there.
I mean, it's like a warning volley. Still 60 feet away. Decides to be really good at things.
I'm gonna have my sword out, just be ready.
Yeah. You couldn't have brought one of your dragons. That would have been helpful.
They were busy.
I know. They always say that.
It's so hard to fit indoors.
Also, they're not really his dragons. It's more like he was their dragonborn.
Fair enough. Anyway,
Really.
The relationship's a little more.
if I move like close to him, like I said, Jake, did you hear what I said or no?
Yeah, you want to be about 60 feet away.
I said as soon as I'm within 60 feet, I'm gonna chuck my thing because that's the range of my axes.
All right, everybody roll initiative.
Well,
All right. I guess we're.
it did done happen.
Does my thing be like a bonus thing before the business?
Your attack will happen before the initiative.
Hey, Jake, what are we doing for Arena? Because Nicole did mention last week that I would play her, but then I forgot about that completely.
She has an aura thing.
we can throw her in there if you want to do that.
Yes, can I have her character sheet?
Yes, give me one moment.
I am rolling like.
Also,
12
Jake,
rash
in case
tonight.
it comes up, given that we're in some sort of freaky shadow realm, I have this new cool thing that I just got.
What is that?
I can see awesome shit if it's close to me.
Oh, cool.
While in spooky shadow realms.
Is
Dude,
it 30
the
feet?
true form of any creature. Oh my god, that's so scary.
So you're telling me you didn't even bother looking at any of those wraiths back there? Not once?
I didn't think about it.
No, all of the shades you've been able to like. At a distance, there are these shimmering shades, and as you get closer, you see they are the elvish citizens of Azai.
Okay. Burnham, they're the elvish citizens of Azai.
You see them all over. All of these shadows are the people who were here when this happened, and they're frozen
Some of
in
whom
place.
got disintegrated by Mr. Goat.
Why didn't you tell me that? If I'd known they were elves, I wouldn't have cared.
Sorry.
Wow, the truth comes out.
Oh, all right. You need to roll for Irina.
Oh, yes, sorry. I was looking at all of her many,
You
many
gotta set your
spells
drop
and
down
immediately
before you click
regretting
on her
it.
thing.
Yes.
Just
Okay.
smite stuff.
This is great.
Just smite
The
stuff.
important thing
Great.
is her auras.
Intense drop down management.
Auras.
Anybody remember what her auras do because they're not filled out in here?
We get
Yes.
+4 to saves? AC? Something?
Yep.
4 to
Yep.
stay,
Height.
because it's better than mine.
4 inches to height.
And can I do my axes now, Jake?
Hold on. Right, yeah, go ahead and roll those.
What?
Sorry. No, I'm doing.
Do I have advantage because I have surprise?
No, it is not surprised at all.
Oh! What now, bitch?
But you crit.
Crit him.
All right.
Crit him.
Just a hand axe. It's not that much damage, but still.
All right.
But now I know
Straight
you
to its
mean
face. I said straight to its face.
Yep.
Even unicorn.
And this is how we find out if the axes just go through him. Because then we're dicked.
You throw the axes. They tumble through him. You see
No,
it
that
does.
was one axe. That was one axe.
One axe. It does tumble through him and come out the other side and clatter into the ground behind him. Though you do see it did disturb the shadow. Sorry, you can't see me. Like it did disturb the shadowiness in him. It did pass through him.
Did it seem like it like was going and then it, like slowed down and then kept going?
Seems like we need a magic weapon.
Yeah,
Perhaps.
it seems that way.
It is
I
now
think we brought in Adam's fist.
its turn, however. So, it... The first thing it does is it reaches its finger out, and it points at Theo.
Is it doing a spell?
Yes, but it's 60 feet away from you.
Damn it.
And
range
Theo,
of
I
the
need you to make a a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
I'm behind Theo. That means it's like 65 feet.
You could be
Counterspell
next to
60
Theo
feet.
and be at 60 feet.
Oh, I'm gonna counterspell it.
It's not a spell; it is a spell-like ability.
Damn it, Jim.
So you don't have to you don't expend the slot.
Is it worth using one of my rerolls? Yes.
Look at that thing. Of course it is.
All right, so you used up a reroll and
No,
turned that.
wait, I can do it again.
How many? No, you can never reroll a die more than once.
Oh, it says that I can reroll 3 failed saving throws per long rest.
Right, so you rerolled 1 now. That saving throw has been rerolled.
It
It cannot be
literally
rerolled
has
again.
never helped me. I always do worse or the same.
So since you've turned that 6 into a 4,
No, what do you mean? I didn't turn it in.
I mean when you rerolled it,
Oh,
you take 26 necrotic damage,
great.
and you are now
Oh, wait. No, I take half of that because Arena.
sorry. What?
Okay, was it necrotic
No,
damage?
that was a specific spell.
That was a
she did.
specific
I thought it
spell
was-
that she did. That was not
okay.
an aura
I thought
she
it
has all
was
the
one
time.
of her auras because it was like, we're all within 20 feet. Okay, cool.
Nope.
So 26, got it.
You are also frightened and paralyzed.
I can't be frightened.
That is true. There's a thing. There's a thing. It's a thing. I think Arena has that.
You're
one of the
scarily
auras.
paralyzed then.
Oh God, where is it?
I am very brave, but paralyzed. I'll look at it.
No,
but
if
keep
you're
going,
if you're
though, 'cause
immune
it's
to if you're immune to the fright here, then you also don't get the paralysis.
not- I'm looking
But
right
I'm gonna
now.
need a rule reference.
I'm looking, man.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'll look. But you can go on.
We're
with
gonna
the
say that you're
other-
frightened and paralyzed until someone tells me a rule that would
Yeah,
mean
yeah,
you're
no,
not.
I'm gonna look
Cool.
too.
That might
so-
actually be the other one.
It then
Well,
walks
put on that
forward 20 feet or so.
Oh, Aura of Courage. You and friendly creatures within 10 feet can't be frightened while you are conscious.
Great. You are not frightened or paralyzed, but you still take 26 necrotic
Suck it,
damage.
bitch.
It then walks
Thanks, Rena.
forward until it's within 15 feet of you.
Oh.
You are now all within 30 feet of it,
Oh, damn it.
so I need everyone to make Constitution saving throws.
It's like really smelly. Is it like
You do love it.
Did it just
Is
like
this with
not
aura
go to-
bonuses?
Oh, nice. Natural 20 on that one.
Ooh, nice.
So,
Woof.
Just
33.
frantically flipping through the rulebook right
DC
now.
21. I'll just tell you
Nope.
guys the DC.
Do we get the +4?
You do get, I do believe you get Irina's +4, because that's all saving
Yes.
Didn't
throws.
help me none.
Yeah.
So if you're, even with the +4, if you are below 21,
So it's just Burnham and Koros.
that does seem correct.
Yeah. Because Arena's
and-
+4 helps her.
No, Irina already has her +4 baked into that, into her rolls.
Really?
Does she?
That's what she told me.
What's her?
No, she doesn't.
No,
She
because what's
told
her
me that she
con?
put those
'Cause
in there.
otherwise the math doesn't check out.
No, because it's +7. Oh wait, yeah.
That's her con bonus. I could have sworn that hers was already adding that in there. Her con is not
Shouldn't.
+7.
Oh,
Her
okay.
con is
it's
+3.
3.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's already in there. So Irina, Koros, and Bernam each take 14 necrotic damage. Just go ahead and write that down.
It's not my favorite thing at all.
Too bad.
And the giant shadowy being now has advantage against you.
Only on those creatures?
Yep.
That's not bad.
So it is going to take a swing at. Let's see. One of the ones it has advantage on. Let's say Bernam.
No.
No, little Burnham, you can't do that.
Do.
How far away is he from Aridin, physically?
Like right there.
We're all like
These are
kind
like
of
in a clump.
right here.
Great.
So. Are you ready to
Ooh,
repose?
it rolled very poorly.
No, I'm ready to sentinel.
Baronum, what's your AC? 20? It does not hit you.
Boom! Too smart, bitch.
Too smart.
Right.
Big brain.
Does a 28 hit him?
Can you repost even if he misses?
No, this is sentinel.
28 does hit.
Ah.
For 11 slashing damage.
Riposte is when he hits me.
Alright.
Take that, you
Is
nerd.
this a magic longsword?
It is indeed.
This is the busiest I have been, literally ever. Just so people know.
Literally ever.
The best sentence. This is why I never want to be a spellcaster. They're so fancy.
Alright.
Just don't be playing 3 classes and a wolf at once.
I feel like you're
I'm
trying
ignoring
to bounce.
Arena's Rhino.
You're trying to dribble 2 basketballs right
Koros, now that it's this close to you, it's about 15
Okay.
feet from all of y'all, you can very clearly see, because of your witch sight, or whatever it's called, this sort of suspended figure in the center of the shadow and the negative energy that is very clearly Pharaoh.
No!
What?
now. Like inside
Brandon,
the
I'm
shadow
gonna kill your
creature.
character.
He's got his arms and his legs out, and his like eyes are rolled back into his head.
Oh my god, don't do that. It's so scary. Stop.
So folks, Pharaoh's in the goat. It's Pharaoh.
Noted. Hack.
Yeah, no, like still kill it. It just, you know.
Baronum.
Just kidding.
Well, let's at least make it easier. I'm going to try to shrink him. Reduce.
Reducio! I gave it to Hogwarts.
Maybe that way he'll be less smelly.
What kind of saving throw?
I
Con?
cast
Constitution.
tiny nerd.
Yeah, con saving throw.
Yep.
What's the DC?
19.
It fails.
Ha!
You shrink it from huge to large.
It's
Anything else
much
happen?
smaller now. I mean, its attacks are worse.
Yeah. Do. The weapons, yeah, target size. It has
No,
disadvantage.
it says the target size is halved.
Yeah, but I think that's one.
Yeah, that's
level
one
down.
size. It's
Well,
one
says
size
halved
category.
in all dimensions, and its weight is reduced 1/8 of normal.
Yeah,
Oh, by one
it's-
category. I see. Never mind.
Yeah, the
Sorry.
reduction decreases its size by one category.
Okay, I read it wrong. I'm sorry.
Yep, huge to large.
Ha! Has disadvantage though.
Oh no, Arena has a 5th level spell slot, but she didn't put any spells there.
Cool. Theo.
Okay,
It's now a huge thing 15 feet away from you.
easy. Time to get some magic up on this bitch. We're all clumped around it. You said it like went into the middle of us so it could do its business, right?
Nope, it is in front of you by 15 feet. It has a 15-foot reach. for
Okay,
its-
I see. I think we're gonna greatsword this bitch. But can I use my movement to like go behind it?
Yeah.
If he's here and I'm like,
Yep, you can run. You can run past it and behind
yeah.
it.
So we'd be flanking.
Well, there's no one immediately on the other side of it. There's 15 feet on the other side of it.
No. When my bitches come,
All right. Yes.
we'd be flanking. Okay. Magic greatsword. Does that hit?
Yes, a 26 does indeed hit.
I rolled a 1 on one of the dice.
All right, reroll it.
I don't like remembering this. Okay, so it goes up by 4. And then another. I rolled a 1.
All right.
Okay, so up by 5 from that.
All right. So that was 17 damage and then 16 damage.
Up by 5. Yeah, 16. Yeah. And then I get 1 more. Okay. I also rolled a 1.
That's a 1
Wow,
and a 2. Just re-roll
I
that.
rolled
Re-roll all of it.
so... Okay. Sorry, I just did it
Yeah,
like this.
There you go. 6, 3, 5, 2 is 11 and 5, so 16 again.
Math. Cool. How does he look after these magical attacks?
As you hit him, these just, like bits of shadow whisk away from him.
So he's whittling down.
You are whittling him down.
Okay.
It's not even flesh, it's just the shadows.
Can I... I'm gonna... Okay. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can expend a superiority die to attempt to frighten the target. You add the superiority die to the attack's damage roll, and the target must make a wisdom saving throw. So let me roll the extra damage, but then it can make a wisdom save.
Great.
And now I have d12s, so 8 more damage.
Great. It is not frightened.
How do you know?
It is completely unfrightened by your attack.
Okay. It was DC 18, which I was really happy about, but I guess it doesn't matter.
That's
Okay.
really high. Nice.
I know! I was like really hyped for it, but apparently it doesn't matter, so.
It is
Okay,
immune
cool.
to the condition frightened.
It's trying to copy my shit! Alright, fine. Alright. Sounds good, thanks.
You see the snake-like shape of Dendar behind you, Theo, in front of you, everyone else, shimmer once more. And a wraith-like shape bursts forth.
Dendar's such a jerk.
When you say wraith-like, do you mean
I mean a
like
wraith.
Centaurs?
It means quite similar to a wraith.
Like,
Very
no, not
many-
Wyvern.
But that one has like a fancy
I
hat.
mean a wraith.
Yeah, but look at its hat.
I want a cool hat.
Could you bring the hat closer, please?
A wraith wearing the black opal crown.
Oh my bitch, are you for real?
I remember that.
Cool hat.
Why? Why is that still around? No.
Isn't that what we
Because
brought
it
there?
whipped nut.
The wraith has a female snake-like form.
Yeah, it's the bitch.
Great.
Who could it be?
It's the bitch.
Who could it be?
It's Selma Hayek from Dusk Till Dawn.
It really is Selma.
So she's on the initiative order now. Let me roll for her.
Fancy.
Do-do-do. Da-da-da-da. There she is. Put her there. Nadam.
Wraith Lady just showed up, but I've also got this dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to grab the sword. I'm going to spend 3 key points.
Damn. Big spender.
Oh yeah, no, we're going. A bunch of blue smoke starts to come off of the blade as I draw it, and I'm going to. The Wraith Lady's kind of far away, right?
Yeah, she's like 60 feet away.
Okay, then I'm going to attack the big monster, sort of like run, jump, just hit it a bunch of times, and then keep running past it.
Cool. So you're going to run, attack it, and then keep running?
Yeah.
Great. It's going to make an opportunity attack against you. But go ahead and make your attacks first.
Yep, no, that's okay. I'm trying to use up its whatevers. Here's number 1. Do I get advantage for flanking, or am I not flanking?
You should be, because I moved.
Continuing to run past it, sure. Why not?
Number 1 is a crit.
Boom. Nice.
Number 2. Oh wait, it's supposed to be advantage, but whatever.
Nice. So
Great.
we'll have it be the 33.
Nice.
And then I'm going to actually I'm gonna spend another key point to disengage so it can't opportunity attack me.
All right.
It's kind of expensive round, but whatever.
4 key points spent.
Whatever. I have 18 of I have like 16 of them.
Did you see how fast he was?
What's your base movement speed these days?
55.
All right, so you can get
A bajillion.
right up into that wraith's face.
8,000.
Sweet, yeah, I'll go up and up in the Wraith's face.
All right,
Punch
Irina.
goes in special ways.
Cool. So can you describe in game mechanic terms what's happened to Pharaoh?
You're not sure. All you know is what Koros told you, Irina, which is that Pharaoh is in that giant evil shadow thingy.
Here's what happened to him in 3.5 terms. The Chosen of Dendar template was applied to Pharaoh.
Is the Chosen of Dendar template a curse?
His challenge rating went up by 4. He gained a bunch of buffs and abilities.
Cool.
His size category increases by 2.
I missed 3.5 more than I can possibly say. I am sad for it every day.
Something's wrong with you, Bobby.
Nothing about it was good, but it was so good.
Does he appear to be cursed?
You have no idea. You don't even see him or realize he's there. All you see is this dark, shadowy figure. All you know is what Koros told you.
I want to do it. I want to try and save my friend. Again, keeps turning evil.
No. You get like 2 chances
No.
of being evil and then you're done.
This is only his second time.
This is his third
This is the
time.
continuation of the
Is
second
this,
time.
Hold on, this is Irina we're talking about, though, not Aridin.
Yeah, Irina's never just saved him.
Okay.
That was Aridin saved him the first time. I end all curses on him.
Cool, it's the Wraith's turn.
Great, thanks. You know what? Paladin would have tried.
Let's see.
Paladin would have tried.
All right.
Let's see what the Wraith does to the Dom.
Yeah, it is going to attempt to drain the life out of you. It does, like,
Give it
this, it's like a Dementor's Kiss looking thing. Like, it just starts
Yeah, I said
sucking your life
Mentor.
force out of you.
Hoping we wouldn't have any sucking action, but here we are.
My AC's 22 right now.
It's 22, so that does not hit.
Nice.
What's the condition that makes it 22 instead of 20?
I attacked with my Kensei weapon this round.
Okay. Cool, so that's basically all the time.
It's pretty much constantly, except for the first round.
All right. So it tries to drain the life out of you, but like just the magic force in your armor and in yourself of being, it does not happen.
That cool blue smoke stuff.
Yeah, the blue smoke like wraps around it and just breaks that tether before any life is sucked out of you. That's the Wraith's turn. Koros.
Well, I am, obviously, famously known as a creature of radiance and light. And so I'm going to make a big-ass wall of light. Now, ideally, I would like to make this big-ass wall of light in such a way that it intersects both the Wraith and the other
How
shadow
long of a
thing.
wall of light can you make?
I think up to 60 feet.
Then you should be able to do that.
So the idea would be to not bisect any of my party members with it.
You
but-
will bisect. Like Theo is behind. Theo is so like in a straight line from you. It's giant evil thing. Theo, Nadam, Wraith. Like in a straight line, pretty much.
Save it, I'll move on my next turn.
I'll just make it anyway and just have it go through the shadow creature.
Okay, so perpendicular then instead.
Yeah, that works. That's fine. So each creature in its area, I guess I can just put it in the Roll20, but basically a con saving throw or 4d8 radiant damage.
Nice.
And then I can, like, shoot wall lines at it for my next couple turns.
Cool. Con save.
Yes. Against a 21.
It passes.
I figured it might. Alright, so it takes half as much damage and is not blinded.
Alright.
So 8 damage. Radiant, if that matters to it.
I feel like it should
This 8
be like
damage
sad
comes through
about
it.
me.
And some of the shadow seems to like react really strangely, but you see that like holding all this shadow together is this powerful force of negative energy. That seems
Someone
to be...
gotta
Someone cast a healing
expunge that.
spell on it.
The negative energy seems unaffected by the radiant light.
Can't we just like throw it a birthday party? Get rid of the
Yes.
negative energy. All positive.
Aridin,
Yo.
sup?
Okay. I am going to use Channel Divinity, Turn the Unholy, on the Wraith.
The Wraith is 60 feet away right now.
She can get over there.
30 feet. Wait, sorry. There's the Wraith, and what are we calling the other one?
I can just Pharaoh.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll call it Pharaoh.
You can call it Pharaoh. It's mechanically it is a Nightwalker, so you can call it that.
Why is it so spoopy?
The art is beautiful. Look at the terrified
I
villagers.
don't like
Very
it.
spooky.
It looks like Terrorblade without wings, kind of.
Yeah.
It's definitely owning that one dude.
Yeah.
That one dude is not having a good time.
Cool. So I'm going to get within 30 feet of it.
Okay.
With my movement, I can do that, right?
Within 30 feet of the Wraith.
Yeah, of the Wraith.
Cool. So you run. You have to run past Pharaoh to do that.
I guess I can evasive footwork on my way there. My new IC adds 3.
So your AC is now 24.
Cool. And then I run past him.
Cool. He will make an opportunity attack against
Go
you.
for it.
It crits you.
Cool.
What?
Dunk.
Great.
Super great.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
I really appreciate that.
You will take. Let me roll the
Just
extra dice.
so much.
20 positive new hit points.
Do.
You take a zillion evil damage.
48
Ah! Ow!
necrotic damage, and I need
Fuck
a
that. No,
Constitution saving throw.
No. Hold on. Hold on.
Will be reduced immediately to hamburger.
I will parry that. It will
I-
do nothing.
Okay. It's
Fuck yes.
it's a negative energy focus on you, but okay. You can stick
Oh,
your.
it's not a melee attack?
It is technically a melee attack. So
Probably not
No,
gonna
he's
save
like,
my butt.
pull out the magic sword.
yeah, you put the
and,
magic
like,
sword
do
between the beam of
energy.
negative focus.
And you're like, please,
But, like, some-
Commander,
So you
I
reduce
need
that
the
by-
Morning Lord.
8 plus my dex, which is something.
Your dex is
3.
I reduced it by 11. Okay, 48
dex
minus
is
11.
3.
Oh, that's
Pretty
cool, and it's all like sparking off the sword, but you're like, oh, it's so much.
It reverberates through the sword and into your hands. You feel this negative energy pulsing through you. I need a Constitution saving throw.
Yep. 27.
All
Plus
right.
4.
You resist this necrotic
Yeah, the shitty shit that just
burning
happened to me.
undeath, but that damage still comes through.
Still an insane amount of damage.
You just don't have an additional complication. All right, but then you continue running past it, and
Yes.
you are now 30 feet from the wraith.
Present my holy symbol, and because it's an undead, I will use my holy symbol of Ravenkind, spend 3 charges, which gives it disadvantage on its wisdom save. So roll a wisdom save with disadvantage.
All right,
Like that.
wisdom save. All right.
The DC is 17.
It got a 7.
Yes!
So
Turn
what-
for 1 minute, or until damaged.
So what is
Must spend
turn
its turns moving away. Cannot willingly come within 30 feet.
of
Cannot
you?
react.
Great.
Dunk on.
If it moves away from me, do I get an opportunity attack?
Yeah, I mean that's how that works. It's not its turn yet, so. It
Oh,
is
not
now
move right now. Never mind.
Pharaoh's turn. Everybody who's within 30 feet of this thing, which is everybody, needs to make a DC 21 Constitution saving throw.
This
I'm
is
like
not my
60 feet away
favorite
from it.
ability that a monster has ever had. I have to
You're
say.
sorry, no, you're right, Nadam. You are 40 feet away from it.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
you're
40
45
makes
feet,
sense.
but Aridin is 30 feet from it. He's within
Alright.
30 feet from it. The only person getting the bonus from Irina, I guess the only people would be Bernam and Koros, because they're the only ones still in the back line. Irina, Bernam, and Koros in the back line.
But if
And
anyone's
while
within
Rook can
10
help,
feet of me,
no
they
one.
get
No
free.
one is within 10 feet of you.
I get my own 3.
I'm gonna use my
Theo might be within 10 feet of you. Let me do math.
Take it. Say yes.
Yes.
Theo is just within 10 feet of you, Aridin.
Great, you add 3.
So Theo, you
Hey,
passed.
someone
Good
made
thing.
it.
Everybody.
I rolled really low.
else-
I have a
no.
plus 11 to my
So
con
this
save.
time, the Eldridge brothers are fine. Everyone else. Are we missing someone there? Oh, no, Dom is not in it. Yeah. Everyone else takes 14 necrotic damage. And Pharaoh has
Whoa.
advantage against you.
Does anyone remember the spell that Arena cast that gave us resistance against necrotic damage?
Magic
think
holy bullshit. I think
it was
called.
one of these auras, but she doesn't have the description.
I'm pretty sure Bobby's right. It was magic holy bullshit. It's a
Yeah.
4th level spell.
I would like to
Classic.
cast magic holy bullshit next time.
I'm gonna use my reaction to
It
increase
could
my.
be aura of life or death word. Death
So
ward.
it wasn't making an attack against you, Burnham. That is just its aura. Technically, it's supposed to happen on the start of y'all's turns, but I'm just doing it on the start of its turn for simplicity.
It's just to increase my saves
Okay.
against that save, which doesn't
it's
make me
aura of
pass the
life,
save.
Alex.
Gotcha.
But I do get
Great.
to then like react and do 9 damage to everything within like 30 feet of me or something. So that's cool. Take that 9
So
damage.
you do 9 damage to it?
Yeah, force damage.
Yeah.
It hits me and gets through, but it like gets all explodey
all
magical,
that.
and it hurts them back. It might be
boom
15
boom.
feet. It might not hit the wraith. Let me look it up.
All right.
Oh no, it's 60 feet. Yeah, never mind. That's awesome.
Then, let's see. Who is within now 10 feet of it, because it shrunk by 1 increment? Just Theo?
Probably.
Just Theo. It's going to make 2 attacks against Theo.
Classic.
It does not have advantage against Theo, since Theo did not fail the save.
It do not.
It rolled a 16, which misses, but then a 30, which hits.
Why does it have to roll a 30?
So,
Why can't it just hit
Theo,
regular?
you take 28 necrotic damage,
Oh my god, ow.
and I need a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, let me finish. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna let you finish.
I'll let you finish.
You said 28, right?
28 necrotic damage.
Balls.
I'm sorry.
Bleeding.
I figured it out. I'll do it.
This is
soon.
bleeding through my shit real fast.
I'm sorry. I'm not Nicole, and I don't know how spells
Stuck
work.
on that, bitch!
Got him.
30!
Whew, you resist
Ouch.
the further effects, just like your brother did.
Yeah.
It is not your turn, though.
Alright.
But it's not quite as cool when you do it.
Shots
Story of
fired!
life.
Ouch!
Burnham!
What is that about?
I'm going to stomp on the ground and shoot a couple pillars of stone out and try to knock the pharaoh out of the shadow thing
Ooh.
as hard as I can with erupting earth. And I think that it just does. Oh no, he makes a dex save.
Okay.
Serena still have
DC
her
19.
helmet?
DC 19, it gets a 19.
So it does half damage, but I don't know if I can knock him out at all. I don't know if that
We'll
works.
see.
All right, cool.
Yes, Serena has her helmet.
Does anyone remember all the shit that did? Or the name of it?
I can look it up. I know it.
18 damage, nice.
I'll text it to you.
Jake, you know off the top of your head, remember?
I do not.
Okay. I'm like 95% sure that I know it.
So Burnham, as you see it, shoot up, you don't see anything. Like, it definitely goes through, like, some of this erupting earth goes through where you presume this floating pharaoh is, from what Koro said to you, but it just seems to be cutting through the shadow and damaging it in that way. There doesn't seem to be. It doesn't look like it hit anything.
I'm not making contact. Maybe it's a shade pharaoh.
On Dendar's turn.
What though?
And on the second turn, he rested.
Fucking only. Dendar went underground.
Dendar's
Oh shit.
turn.
Dendar turns into like a smaller snake.
Alex, I'm sending you the link.
Thank you.
On Dendar's turn, the whole spire rumbles a little bit, and everyone, the ground shakes around you as Dendar's he focuses on moving through this protective spell that Zevran has done. And so while Dendar's been moving ever so slowly, now you see lurches forward up the spire, a big chunk of him. As you look down, you can see over the side of the balcony, you can see down to the giant floating sphere. His tail is still at the sphere, but as you look up through some of the openings up at the spire, he's closer and closer to the top of the spire.
Dang non-Euclidean snake.
Not great.
Nadam.
I'm going to just lay into this wraith.
All right.
Do it.
Number one. And I'm just one-on-one with the wraith, right?
Yeah, mano a mano.
Cool.
That hits.
Number one. Number two. Where is it? There it is. Offhand attack. 21 hit.
21 does hit.
And I'm gonna do another one of those.
Dang. Stab, stab, punch, punch.
Only 6.
Yeah, still, all counts.
All right.
There we go.
I do believe it is bloodied.
Take that. It's wispy.
Oh,
It's wispy.
lit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I just applied all that damage to the wrong thing.
Oh.
It is not bloodied.
No, the Wraith might still be bloodied. I just was applying it to Pharaoh by accident.
Put it on Pharaoh. Fuck that guy. No, I'm just kidding.
Pharaoh is not bloodied. Let's see if this Wraith is bloodied. What is 17 plus 14 plus 14 plus 6? That didn't work at all. 17 plus 14. There we go. Plus 14 plus 6. All right. Yes, this Wraith is absolutely shaded.
Shaded.
Shaded. There we go.
Shady Wraith.
Irina.
Wraith of Pharaoh is really
Cool.
shady.
The real Wraith shady.
Well, I feel bad that I'm not hitting things because she's so good at hitting things, but I think it's a better decision to do Aura of Life.
Is that the
That's the everyone within 30 feet has resistance to necrotic damage.
excellent?
Yeah, so I'm gonna do that.
That's a one time or is that a continuous aura?
That's a concentration for 10
Gotcha.
minutes.
So it's whoever's within 30 feet when it happens. Got it. Right now within 30 feet is Theo, Bernam, Quaros.
Not Eridan too?
Eridan is 40 feet. No, is just over 30 feet away.
Well, I couldn't have run over 30 feet away, right? Because that's my speed.
You're at the edge of the aura and just outside of it.
Oh, okay. Cool, that's Serena's turn.
All right. It's the Wraith's turn.
She can. Do you want her to move and then do the spell so that she can get you?
Can she move like 5 feet
Yeah, she can
around the
step-
person?
Yeah.
There's no
she has
around.
movement.
She's 15 feet from Pharaoh.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, get me
She
in
can
it.
step 5 feet.
Get me in
That's
it.
fine.
Yeah.
I was worried about opportunity
Oh
attack.
yeah, no. You
She
can
does
move
step
and
into
press it.
you do know that large creatures have a reach of 10 feet, so she has to step into the attacking range of Pharaoh to do that.
She'll be
Does
fine.
that-
She's a paladin.
This is fine.
All right.
Paladins help each other.
Bring it on, Wraith.
Cool.
It's deeply touching.
The Wraith
Could call it a lay
of
on hands.
Fenfaza
That's how touching it is.
is going to incorporeally move through Nadam.
Who?
Rude.
No, wait, it's turned. It can't. Haha. It's
How
going
will
to.
it get through his fists?
It has to move away
magic.
because it has been turned from Eridan.
Just
That's right.
phase through the
Oh,
door,
yeah.
you twit.
Must spend its turns moving away. Cannot willingly come within 30 feet.
All
Cannot
right.
react.
It incorporeally moves away.
Well, here's a little opportunity attack for you.
Yep.
Wait, but if you attack it, it'll break it.
Oh, I don't know that.
Roll damage.
No!
I'm sorry.
Wait, this is not that bad. Like, we know it's already low on health. We caused it to lose a turn and get some free hits in. Seems worth.
Well, so no, that breaks it before it's finished its movement.
Fair.
Right? That breaks it at the start of its movement. It
That's
is.
probably not the start. Probably like after a little bit, but yeah.
I mean, 5 feet.
Just to make
move
5 feet of
away.
movement, yeah.
Yeah, to trigger it. You hit it, it breaks the turn, and then it incorporeally moves forward through Nadam.
Rude.
It's like, ah! Right up to Aridin,
Awesome.
and is going to make some attacks.
Awesome.
Aridin, your AC is 22 right now.
Do I get an opportunity
21.
attack?
I just turned that.
Do I get an opportunity attack?
It's nowhere near you.
Oh, I thought I went through an Adam and I
The
was
Wraith,
there.
not Pharaoh. You're by Pharaoh.
Oh, okay.
However, it only rolls a 15 to hit the first time, but a 22 to hit the second time.
Boo.
So it sucks the life force out of you.
Nice.
21 necrotic damage, which you will reduce to 10 because you are in Irina's aura. But I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Plus 4, because her range is 30 feet.
Her aura is 10 feet.
I thought it went up.
The save aura is like 10 feet.
It goes up, though, at some point. Okay.
It might be like 15 feet now, but it was 10 feet last time.
That's fine.
Your hit point maximum also decreases by 21.
No, it's by how much damage you take.
No, because
By 10,
Aura,
sorry,
of Life
yeah.
says, Aura of Life says your hit point maximum can't be reduced.
Great! You resist that.
Suck
So
on
many
that!
things happening.
Koros!
Arena
What's
is
up?
doing work.
We're so high level.
So I would like to, first of all, because the pattern recognition takes a while but does eventually kick in, I'm going to move out of the range of Pharaoh's aura of bullshit.
All right, that puts you just outside of 30 feet.
Word. And then I am going to use my wall to shoot a little beam of awesome at the Wraith.
Oh, at the Wraith.
Yeah.
Okay, the Wraith is about 15 feet there. Yeah,
Yeah. So it's a spell attack roll, which I'm not going to lie. I think it's like a plus 13 for me.
Cool.
At 18th
I'm not
level,
trying to brag.
at 18th
No,
level,
like I
range
literally
before
don't know how to
30
compute
feet.
it.
Wow, cool. So you pass anyway.
Alright. Does that hit?
So this level it went to 30 feet. That's why. Cool. 24 totally hits the Wraith.
Okay, cool. So it's 4d8 points of get owned. 14 radiant.
The Wraith explodes in light. You see as the shadow and the negative energy bursts away from the little Wraith, you see the dead body of Fenthaza just slump on the ground
Bye, bitch.
from where it was.
Audio. Does the crown still exist?
The crown clatters to the ground next to her. The black opal
Oh,
crown.
nice.
So her
real?
body was in there?
Yes.
Like she was physically present within it.
Somehow.
Whoa.
I think she became that as soon as she went to the shadow plane with Dendar.
But
Wasn't
she was
physically
still
within it because
inside
the
of
Wraith
it.
did pass through Nadam. So she wasn't like solidly physically in there, but metaphysically in there.
It's magic.
It's magic.
Yeah,
I
a
just
wizard
I just
did
want
it.
to say Pharaoh.
It's not.
And she's
just
dead
magic.
now, right?
She's
Can't save
absolutely
everybody
dead
again.
now.
What are we going to do about Pharaoh?
Aridin,
That guy.
Aridin, there is a dead Fenthaza and a black opal crown at your feet.
If you don't pick up the crown, I was planning to, so.
Take the crown.
Don't
Take
worry,
the
somebody
crown.
will.
Put it on.
I just don't
Hey,
want
Fulfill
to
Bad guy.
wear
your
it. I'll grab it.
destiny.
I'm not going to put it on. We'll grab it and tuck it somewhere safe.
Cool.
Fulfill your destiny.
We can call
Throw
that
it in the
either
bag
your
of
movement or
holding.
your action, your choice.
And then
That would be...
Brendan's familiar will put it on.
That'll be my movement, I guess.
All right. We'll call it half your movement.
Oh, okay, so I have
15
15 feet.
Yeah.
Can I get back to Pharaoh with that or no?
Yes, that's exactly how far you are.
Perfect.
You are now side by side with Theo. You're not flanking it, but you're side by side with Theo at
Okay.
the feet of this massive creature.
The power of Christ compels you.
Power of the Morning Lord, you mean?
Yes.
Jesus, magic Jesus.
Fantasy Jesus.
Shit, I'll just hit him, I guess. 21.
Boom, 21 hits. For 10 slashing damage.
17.
17 hits.
I'll just lower the other one. 14.
Yeah.
14 also hits?
Just hits, yeah. It's
Damn,
massive.
Farrah, you squishy.
B.
And now, Pharaoh is shaded.
Cool. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna Divine Smite on one of those.
Great.
So that will be an extra 3d8.
Roll it.
Balls.
18.
Extra 18
Really good.
damage into him.
B
Fantastic.
shady.
Everyone except Koros now, everyone except for Koros and Nadam are within 30 feet of Pharaoh. Please make Constitution saving throws.
Ooh.
Woo! Barnum,
Is it 14?
DC. Sorry, the DC 21, 14 necrotic damage. Yep.
Cut that in half.
Did you do
30 feet from Arena?
You are
No,
within 30
the
feet of
aura
Arena.
the aura continues is what she told us.
Yes,
last
you are
time.
still. Sorry, it's not 14. It is 7 damage because of the aura of life from Arena now.
Got it. Cool.
Okay.
All right. So Theo and Bernum take that damage. It now has advantage against Theo and Bernum.
Oh, when everyone starts their turn, sorry, since Arena cast this, they get 1 hit point back.
Great.
It's just like kind of annoying more than anything.
All right. It has advantage on Theo, so it's going to take one of these against Theo. It focuses its negative energy down upon you.
I'm detecting a lot of negative energy, and I think we should unpack that.
That's a 26 to hit, Theo. I think that hits you.
And to that I say,
Just
Sentinel.
a smidge.
Cool.
16 damage.
All right. That's
Theo.
your reaction.
Why is your AC only 1 point higher than the caster?
I don't like to wear a lot of bulky stuff. You know what I always say? Fashion free. I'm a king now all the time. Okay? You never know who you're going to see. You never know when you'll stumble into a cocktail party and have to make a speech real quick.
Theo, you take
Okay.
half of 28 necrotic damage, which is 14 necrotic damage.
All right.
And I need a Constitution saving throw, or no, you resist that as well because of the Aura of Life, so I don't need a saving throw.
Cool.
Nice.
The second attack,
Thank God for Arena.
right? The second attack is going to go into Aridin.
This is fine.
That is a 24, which does hit you.
Did any of the things it was doing, or
14
any of
necrotic
those
damage.
spells?
None of this is spells. It is just focusing negative energy down upon you. in these
14 or
little-
7? Jake.
14, because you're already halving 28.
Okay.
It's some elemental thing.
These basically these like you know like sun flares, they like burst up out of the sun and then come back down into it, like these like when you like in these artistic
Coronas?
renditions. Yeah, coronas, those things. Yeah, it's like that. It's these bursts of negative energy sort of come out and arc around and back into it as it's stealing life force from you. Bernum.
All right. I am going to like why? There's no other wraiths or anything, right? It's just Pharaoh.
Yeah, it's just Pharaoh. The other wraith is gone.
Cool. I'm going to.
Just Pharaoh and Dendar.
Oh yeah, good old Dendar. That's not a problem. I'm going to take out this like little silver metal hammer that has all these jewels in it, and I'm going to like begin like casting a spell saying these dark words, and as I do that, like an image of the hammer like grows larger and like flies towards Pharaoh or towards Shadow Pharaoh as this like ghostly image of a hammer and starts swinging wildly. And I'm also going to like run outside of that 30-foot range because that's what Koros did. Like, good idea. You think on your feet with hooves. Sorry. And I think it just makes an attack for 26.
Nice. Yeah, that hits for 12 force
Pretty
damage.
nuts.
Nice.
Yeah, 12 force.
Excellent.
Bonk.
Bonk.
All right. Theo.
First, I'm gonna bonus action and try to heal. my brother, because he looking bad. 9 health for you, brother.
Boo!
Oh, wait, plus my charisma mod, which isn't that 0?
Your
Oh, no,
charisma
it's
is 4.
That's pretty good. All right, so 13. Cool.
Very nice.
The Eldris brother, 0 charisma.
Basically, I just yell at you to feel better, and then you do. It's the placebo effect. You got this, bro. All right, and then I'm gonna get up on this jerk and smash his face in.
All right. You still do not have advantage because you guys are both on the back side of it.
Oh, can I like move and then do that?
Yeah, you can like duck and roll around it.
Sick. I do that.
Cool. Now you have advantage.
Sick. Hopefully it helps.
14.
Alright.
Nice.
Whoa, that's not what I meant to click. Ah!
Nice. That hits. 16 more. And that's a crit. Nice. Excellent. Did you check that any of these are 1s or 2s? None of
I've
those
been
are 1s or
checking
2s.
my last one. Oh,
Hey, there
sorry.
you go. That was
Is it not actually doubling my damage on this?
it
or
did
is it?
right there, 15 plus 3. That it's not it's doubling the dice. It doesn't double anything else.
Okay,
You have
so the second
you have to
three
reroll 3
has-
dice there. You have a 2, a 1, and a 2. So give me 3 more d6.
I forgot to mention, Pharaoh got big again when I used the other spell.
So the 1 and the 2 are the same, but we turn one of the 2s into a 6, so we get plus 4 on that. So plus 18 plus 4 plus 22.
How does he look?
There's the strands of shadow holding this thing together are going thinner and thinner as you guys, each time you hack away at it with your magic weapons, you're just sort of pulling shadow out of it, and it gets tossed into the light and just fades away. This thing is growing quite thin. Dendar shimmers and shakes again.
I don't like
Aridin,
that.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Got to get up the damn
Oh,
spine.
okay.
Plus 4. 20.
Doesn't he know we have places to be?
Ah, this crown's talking to me.
Put the crown on your head. Wear the crown.
He'll
give you the power. The power to fight down. The power to have what you want. Wear the crown.
Dude, stop.
Am I okay with a 20? Jesus.
No, you're not okay with a 20.
Really?
Really?
Fuck.
Use your reroll. Use your reroll.
Okay.
No, you can't use the reroll after you've asked me whether you succeed or
Yes,
not.
I can.
Correct?
No,
No,
because
that's the whole
use
point.
it after you fail.
Got it.
That's the whole point.
A lot of things are worded that you have to wait.
Yeah, that's fair.
Wear the crown.
Nope.
You're right. You can use the crown to defeat Dendar.
You
Use
hear
the power of the crown against him.
You-
I actually...
Use it
A
against
gift to
him.
the foes of Dendar. Just use the enemy's weapon against him.
Nadal.
Exactly right. I see.
Wait, is this a charm?
No.
Fuck.
Really?
I told you we'd never get charmed.
I'm gonna run up to that big
sounded like
bad
a charm
guy,
to me.
and I'm gonna wail on him too.
Cool. You have
Uh,
advantage because flanking.
Number 1.
That hits.
Number 2.
I'm gonna stop you right there. Oh no, go ahead. Take number 2. Sorry. Now I'm gonna stop you right there. You can roll damage, but with that second slash of your sword, that blue smoke cutting through it, the shadow, the last wisp of shadow just sort of pulls in. This thing sort of collapses upon itself. The wall of light nearby absorbs the remaining shadow, and from floating in the air, you see the body of Pharaoh
Fall and break both of his legs.
fall and smash onto the
Just be the
ground,
legs.
dead.
Ooh, no! Oh.
Wait.
We failed to
Wait,
save
wait.
him.
We're still in initiative order.
Nah. I got ideas. Unfortunately.
All my ideas were diamonds
Aaron,
on
it's fucked
Pharaoh's
up right
corpse.
Nadam, it's the
that
middle of your
resurrect
turn.
people.
You took your first 2 attacks.
There's no other enemies around, right?
Dendar,
Not
hit
yet.
Dendar.
Dendar is still there.
Kill Dendar.
Dendar's huge though,
Dendar is huge.
and like not in arm's reach, right?
Not in arm's reach. You were when you were next to the wraith. You were right by Dendar, but because the Wraith came out of Dendar and then didn't get any other movement in before you got to it.
I can't imagine anything good is going to happen to me if I go slash Dendar.
Dude, this is like saying you can't eat the whole cake so you don't take a bite. You can do it if you believe. You gotta start somewhere.
Well,
Eat that
so
cake.
we want to go to the Spire, though, right?
Which
We wanna
Dendar
kill
is
this
on the
Wraith!
spire, so...
Let's go in. We should go into the Spire and play with nonsense, and then I'm going to move towards the Spire.
Alright, Nadam, you start heading towards the spire.
Yeah.
And towards Dendar.
Oh, let me
Irina.
go get a hat.
Irina, you see the body of Pharaoh just sort of fall from this floating position, sort of appears out of nowhere when the Nightwalker
That is true.
falls and just collapses to the ground. There's a wall of light kind of between you and there, but like...
I'm just gonna assume that Nicole bought 600 gold worth of diamonds.
Nicole
she
has
did
a
tell
diamond
me that she was getting a
specifically set aside
diamond
for resurrection.
worth... Yeah,
Did she say a diamond?
whatever the...
No.
I don't want it to be our last diamond.
No. She has one diamond specifically set aside for resurrection purposes. She bought it with me. I remember we decremented the
I
account
know.
for it. Yeah,
The thing is, that's in reserve for player characters.
it is.
That is
But
the
that
one
doesn't
diamond
mean you
she has.
can't take the body.
Fuck.
Just take the body.
I know, but it can only be cast within a certain amount of time.
Like hell of hours, yo. How long you think I'm gonna take to kill this thing?
1 minute! Touch a creature that's died in the last 1 minute.
Doesn't she have true resurrection by now?
This is Revivify. She doesn't have anything other than Revivify.
I know she. Okay, she might not have written it down, but who knows?
I've only
I'll
got the one diamond!
let me look.
True resurrection is more of an old man on the mountaintop kind of thing.
And I don't even, I hope it would return us to Pharaoh, but like, what if it's not?
Yeah, exactly. Let me look real quick.
I mean, I can restore his alignment. That's another thing I can do, but that takes an
No,
hour.
she has Raise Dead. It's a 5th level spell.
That makes us zombie, doesn't it?
No, it's a
No,
power
that's
spell.
animate
that is,
dead.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she just got 5th level spell.
The zombie
This
pharaoh
spell,
would
and she
also
didn't fill
win.
anything in. Okay, so
It's
what
a-
is the
no, it-
cost?
The spell is called Raise Dead. It's a 5th level spell. A diamond worth at least 500 gold, which is what she did. The spell uses it. You have to cast. It takes an hour
10
to
days.
cast.
Okay.
10 days.
All right, cool. We'll just
I
keep the
told
body
you.
then. We'll just keep the body.
Nice.
So Irina will go and pick up Pharaoh's body?
Yeah.
Alright.
No problem.
We got
Yeah.
to deal with this snake now.
Koros.
Snack, you say? I want
He
to see what
said
happens
snack.
if I just shoot some. Well, I guess it's probably not 60 feet away, huh? I was just gonna shoot some wall light at Dendar and see what happens.
Dendar is about 45 feet away from your wall of light.
All right, I'll shoot him with some wall light.
Cool. How's that work? You make a spell attack against Dendar?
Yeah, I mean the same way the other one worked.
Cool. You have disadvantage on that.
Well, all right. 23.
Cool. Still really good. Yeah, go ahead and roll me some damage. The body
God,
of
I'm
Dendar
rolling
shakes
terribly.
and pulses, and the whole city begins to shake, and things start to rumble around you. Like, structurally,
that-
you are concerned.
Okay, so that's a no. We learned valuable information from that.
That's a no. That's a no from the
He
Dendar.
hit Dendar with a beam of light. It definitely disrupted Dendar a little bit right there, but then everything shook. You guys, in fact, I want everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, I bet you do.
I'm really good at that.
Lily, if you can
Rip.
hear me, you're frozen, so you might want to refresh.
Rip.
24.
Dude, the drop downs are so difficult to switch between.
Cool. Everyone is pretty good. Nadam, Irina, you're fine. Burnham and Aridin, you sort of lose your
We're
footing a
still
bit.
adding the numbers, right?
Yeah, oh, then
Same.
Burnham, you're fine. So just Aridin, you lose your footing a bit. Koros, you lose your footing and tumble towards a balcony, and whoop, you're hanging on the other side of it, but you just almost went off the balcony into nothingness.
All right, I'm gonna hold on tight to that.
Do I need to do this too?
Yes, dexterity
Sorry,
saving
I
throw.
lost connection to
Yeah.
Jake for a while. Oop, I'm using my reroll.
All right.
One of them.
There you go. You lose
Not
your
enough?
footing. Yeah, you lose your footing, but you don't go toppling over any edges or down any holes.
We still have +4, huh?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Something tells me you've just lost that backup +3, though.
Eridan. Snake
Hail,
Dendar.
Dark Padre Dendar.
Snake Dendar. That's what the SD stands for.
Snake Dendar.
Eridan reaches back to his pack, pulls out the black opal crown, and places it on his head.
No, Aaron, no.
I've got a
Going
plan.
for
Don't
me.
worry.
Crown is mine.
Good choice.
And no others.
Eridan, give me a charisma saving throw.
Or be possessed by snakes. If you fail this by 5 or more, you also puke
Got
snakes.
+4 on that.
If you fail this by 10 or more, you are a snake and puke snakes.
Eridan,
Oh, got my lip.
you are locked in a battle of self, of being with Dendar. You feel
Snack.
your elder spirit, Galan, like surging up within you to fight the presence of Dendar and to push back against him.
Yo, fucking
However, you still feel a compulsion in your physical being, your mental being, your spiritual being in full fighting force, your physical being losing that fight. And you feel compelled to reach out and strike whoever's nearest to you.
Who is
Me?
nearest to me?
Theo. Or Nadam. No,
It's
Nadam went to
okay.
the
I
thing.
was
Just
planning
Theo.
to snatch the crown anyway and snap it in half when I saw it fall on the ground. So this will make it easier when you hit me in the face.
Snatch this, bitch!
Give me a full salvo attacks, please.
Woo!
Ha!
Hey, natural one misses.
Woo!
27
Miss.
hits. So that is
27.
27 damage against you, Theo.
Tis but a flesh
As-
wound.
Eridan's eyes grow black as shadow.
Yeah, I fucking figured, dude.
That
Don't
sort
worry.
of like behind. So you know how like the ring wraiths, the effect of them, there's like shimmering is like behind them. This is like shimmering behind them all the time. That's what Eridan looks like right now. The
Should I go get
crown,
sunglasses as
he's
well?
shimmering.
Yeah.
And this crown is on his head, and the sword comes out so quickly and is attacking you that you barely even have time to react. He hits you with one, you parry the second one, and he gets you with another one. He's so quick. Burnham.
Snake-like reflexes.
Snake-like reflexes.
She
Aaron
a
is zero
snake
over
like
there.
me.
Half monk, half paladin, half warrior. I'm going to, like, seeing that happen, I'm going to, get that thing off his head! Throw snatch.
I
Straight at
love
the head, yeah.
I
Throw
love
snatch at his
I'm
head.
sorry. Called him snatch, I meant stash.
Stash.
I love stash.
The old name, the sibling from another bag.
You throw Stash at Eridan.
Straight at Eridan, see if he can, like, grab the crown off.
Give me this is like an improvised thrown weapon melee attack.
Okay, is that a dex
Strength.
roll? Okay, that's strength. Cool. I'm better at those.
yeah.
No, I'm not. Never mind. That's okay.
You could do dex, I guess. You're not really trying to. It's not a save. It's an attack roll.
That means I have to reroll the dice, so
And you
know,
could use
that's good.
dexterity if you want. That's fine.
Well, it
Cool.
really
Yeah, that's much better. That first one didn't happen.
There you go. Stash floats through the air. Boom, thumps onto Eridan's head.
He's +1 sleight of hand.
Make a check.
He swaps it out with like a bag of sand.
Yes, that's pretty good.
Nice.
Lifts the crown up.
And puts it on.
It shrinks down to Stash size. Start chewing on Eridan's head. Eridan,
you have rabies, you loser.
You feel strange for what, Eridan? You don't feel the presence of Galan. Theo, Eridan just attacked you.
Look at it this way: you got 3 or 4 months of being co-king.
Throw man.
You were completely cutting out, Lily.
I've been losing video for you for a bit.
Yeah, we didn't hear any of your audio.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Okay, cool. Yes, Aridin just attacked me, but I also saw the crazy squirrel.
You saw Stash. Yep.
Yeah. So I would like to. Do I have to try and grapple? I'm so much bigger.
You'll have advantage.
I should have more than an advantage, but whatever. It's gonna
Double
be.
advantage.
I have the grapple rules right here.
You can have double advantage.
It's my athletics against their athletics.
All right.
Or acrobatics, they can choose.
Brandon, will you give me an either acrobatics or athletics for Stash?
All right. I'm gonna.
But my goal isn't really to grapple Stash; it's really to get the thing. So, do you want me to do a grapple?
The crown
or
is
do you...
tiny on Stash right now. It shrunk to his head size.
Yeah.
Acrobatics. 19 again.
Selfish writing.
Wait, that's bad.
No, you don't want to be good.
Ash is successful, but we are sad.
We're sad.
You grab him and he...
You beat my team.
Oh, damn!
Oh, nice. Wow, you're plus 11.
You reach in, you grab me. He's like biting at your hand, but like you just don't care. Your hands are
My
all
goal?
calloused from, blacksmithing and stuff and fighting, and you barely feel it.
My goal is to grab it and snap it in half.
You're holding Stash.
Yeah, can I I'm using
That would
all
work.
of my entire turn to do that, and then.
Sorry, that's your
do that.
action.
I don't want to keep that.
Grappling is your
But I don't
action.
want to keep him in grapple.
If you want to do anything more, you would
Is-
need to like action surge, or you don't have another action.
Grapple is a full round action. I can't move
can
and
move.
then grapple someone.
You can move.
Okay,
Yeah.
but okay. I feel
wants
like
to
letting go of
dunk
an
that
object
bitch.
doesn't usually take a thing, and I'm trying to let go of Stash.
You did not grab the crown. You grabbed Stash. It will take another action to take the crown off of him.
But also,
Sure,
I don't
I'll
recommend
take
touching
it.
the crown.
It seems to be weird. Or you could just snap Stash in half. That would work too.
It wouldn't, because it wouldn't destroy the crown.
It's Dendar's turn now.
Wait, I said I action surge.
Oh, you are going to action surge. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, it'll
Alright.
make me, sure.
Then with your other hand, yeah, you can pick the crown up off of him. He's struggling.
Do.
The crown grows back to normal size in your hand. It appears to be made of like solid like iron or something. Like it was opal, black opal, right? Like it's not easily snappable material.
Yeah, but I'm really strong, like legendary strong.
All right, first give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. I just want to do it. It's pissing me off. All
Should have
right.
been
Wait.
bigger than Theo.
Wear the crown. Put the crown on your head. With the crown, you can destroy.
All right, I'm using my last reroll.
Wait, is it wisdom? I thought it was charisma last time.
Once it was on your head, that was different.
Oh, okay.
That was something else.
So wait, should I not reroll it or?
That is currently a fail. So
All right. God, why does this never help me ever? Do I
thankfully
have to
you don't
put
have
it
any
on?
actions left, so you can't put it on yet.
Okay, great. I'm holding it.
On Dendar's turn, you see Dendar like writhing and shaking as if Dendar is in pain.
Oh, good. Put that thing back on.
Oh, Euron's in the crown, beating up Dendar.
Yeah. I think if I break the crown, though, that Galan will get released back to Aridin. So that's what I'm hoping.
I
no.
wanted Galani to get in there and give him some exco and give it to you beat down.
Nadam, you're almost at the spire. You see the snake, Dendar, just writhing and shaking. The whole building is shaking, not as much as it was before, but it is shaking as Dendar is sort of writhing and twitching.
And none of my friends have followed me, it seems.
They're all. You see, that there's some chaos going on behind you. They haven't followed you yet. No.
Well, I'm like, ugh. I turn around and I'm going back to them.
And you see
Like, what's
Theo
going
holding
on?
Stash and the crown. You see Aridin like with a sort of confused look on his face.
Can I shoot the crown out of Theo's hand?
You can attempt to.
Does it look like Theo's like being possessed?
Theo does not look possessed. You just
Yeah,
see
it's
Theo
you.
holding Stash and holding the crown and looking at the crown.
Well, okay, I did say I wanted to let go of Stash. That was why I wanted to take
okay, so you
that.
see Theo let go of Stash.
Yeah.
And
staring at the crown like...
let go of Stash, and now both hands on the crown.
Feels pretty meta for me to try to shoot it out of his hand, so... Because I
You
don't know
could
it
do
possesses
and it
you
would be
yet.
awesome.
You didn't see Aridin wearing it.
I didn't
so.
see that. I don't know it does that.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just gonna say, what are we waiting for? We have to get up to the... We have to get down the spire. It looks like this whole place is going to come down.
Irina, you're holding Pharaoh's dead body.
Yes, I am. I don't know how these spells work.
Why don't we just stick it in a bag of holding? We got 10 days. It doesn't need air.
You better find your own bag of holding. Thank you very much. That
I
should
was
not
talking
stand for that in
about.
his
I
home.
was talking about like dispelling magic on the crown.
Mm.
More experienced players, do you think that would work?
I think that Irina would think that would work.
Irina would think that would work? Cool.
Irina's seen Burnham do all sorts of dispel magic on things that worked.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. It's worked way more often than I thought it would.
Oh, it depends on the level of the spell, though.
Yep.
I have no idea what the spell level would be. It's probably high as fuck.
Yeah, probably.
It's probably not third level.
But you also high as fuck. So saying.
I am high as fuck.
Just saying.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. I don't know. I think...
You also need a free hand to cast a spell.
Yeah. I'll just be like, no, don't, it's evil! Just dramatic time bandits it.
Alright,
Are there any
Koros.
other spells you want to do, or?
I can't because I'm carrying Pharaoh.
Why don't you just like drop him on the ground?
Well, I don't know.
Just picked him up.
Just be like, yeah, it's dead weight.
You just stand
I
there
want
on
to do
him.
that like Assassin's Creed, like you pick the person up and you go, fucking didn't mean to do that. I was trying to loot him. You put him back down, you pick up the next person, and you're like, shh.
But yeah, you go through that 3 or 4 times.
Alright, Koros, it's your turn.
I don't know what to do. I think the Dom has the right idea of like, get in that direction.
But shoot
I don't-
Dendar first.
Shoot Dendar first. I don't know that I want to
Koros,
shoot
oh sorry,
Dendar.
Koros, you're hanging from a balcony.
Oh, that's right. I totally am.
Oh yes.
He's hanging there
Alright.
thinking like, what to do?
This isn't so bad.
All right. Here's what I'd like to do.
Goats are
I'd
excellent
like-
climbers.
I'd like to. I'm not going to be a goat for much longer. So, I would like to.
Can you polymorph Dendar into something?
I'm going to polymorph myself into an adult gold dragon.
This is greater polymorph or whatever.
Do that.
This is super
Yeah.
polymorph.
And I couldn't get it to load onto my sheet, but it's basically I can turn into anything of my challenge rating or lower, or my level or lower, and the adult dragon challenge rating is 17.
There you go.
And if you stay like that for an hour,
Then I'm
you're
permanently an adult gold dragon, which I'm not actually sure I want to do.
You can talk.
It's like
you can
Animorphs.
turn yourself into something else. else.
I would
Something
like
else.
to do that. So hit,
Yeah,
hit me with
well,
one of those later.
All right, we can talk about your final form later, Nadal.
You let
Yes.
go, whoo, turn into a big
And then-
old gold dragon, whoo, and float up
Yep.
next to the spire here. Cool.
It's my turn, I assume. It's
I mean, you have
casting and then
movement,
having to fly a
but-
bit. So, sorry.
You have movement.
I'll like fly up to like, I don't know, over where Dendar is.
All right, you're gonna fly over closer to the spire next to Dendar.
Yeah.
Aridin.
I want to...
A dragon comes up over the edge of the balcony. A gold dragon. Out of nowhere.
That's cool. I feel like I'm more freaked out about Theo, though.
Yes, Theo is
Yeah.
right in front of you, holding the crown in both hands and looking at it.
So if I grapple someone, that doesn't inherently make them drop the object, right?
Correct.
No, just smash it out of my hands, yo.
You're like, no, I want it back.
Is that a thing? Just because like I have disarming attack.
You can just try and wrestle it
I
out
can
of
just
his
try and
hands.
wrestle it out of his hands. Okay.
Yeah, strength
Wow.
versus. Let's do strength athletics versus strength
Wait,
athletics.
okay, but
The
like
true
seriously, I'm asking if you know that. Do you know that you want to destroy it, or do you want to keep it?
I just don't want anyone to touch it. I know what happened
So
to me
why
the second
wouldn't
I
you just
touched
hit
it.
it with your weapon so you aren't touching it?
Because I don't want to hurt you.
Let Alex play.
So you're grabbing it with your hands to pull it away from Theo.
No, I'm trying to like grab Theo's arms and like
Get Theo's arms
get him to drop it
off of it. Okay. I'm gonna give you disadvantage on that because it's really hard to like. You can get his arms apart, but his hand will still be holding it.
Okay, well then at that point I'll just punch him.
All right.
You're gonna punch me. Okay.
I'm
Cool.
just gonna disarming attack you.
All right.
Like I don't.
Yeah. You can punch him. That hits his AC.
Cool. So now you need to make a DC 18 strength saving throw. Which you can probably do, but I'm just trying to get you to drop it.
Theo needs to do that.
Oh!
No,
Theo
he
just
can't.
fails.
Yes!
Finally.
You take 16.
Finally, you're rolling over for our benefit.
Damn!
Theo, you take 6 damage and drop the crown on the ground.
Great. Now can I hit it?
Sorry, it's Eridan's turn still.
Oh. What? Okay. Sorry.
Eridan
Last
still
time I
has
did something
movement
like that, you guys
available
took my
and
turn.
another attack.
All right.
More attacks, actually.
That's fair.
Yeah.
What's the rule about pulling a weapon out now, though?
If you want to make an attack, you pull your weapon out.
Yeah, it's good.
There's no cost.
Alright, cool. Do I have any spells that would help me, like, extra smite it?
Yeah, that's smite.
I'm just gonna Gimli it.
Do smite.
Just divine
With your
smite
Hit it with a
it.
divine smite. Like, hit
Sure.
it and then divine smite it. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Alright.
Yeah. Channel that holy power into it.
Bam.
19?
You swing down, you hit the crown, you cast the divine smite into it, it cracks in two. It doesn't shatter, it cracks in two, like really just like, and then like the two pieces slide apart and then they rattle a bit. And then, almost, they seem like that's happening. And then you see this whooshing wisp fly out of Dendar, this bright glowing light, through the crown. The crown shatters, and that light smashes back into you, and you feel the presence of Galan again. And then you see something happening to the shape of Dendar. It's like the shadow is becoming more solid and snake-like, and then shriveling.
Ew,
Almost like
gross.
kind of like the snake is becoming the shed skin of a snake. It's but all shadowy and gross and weird.
Yeah.
And you see it sort of starts at the top of the head. You see that above as you look up through like the open sky, the Dendar is like almost reaching the top of the spire when this happens, and this just sort of ripples its way down the snake as it sort of turns into this disgusting, dried, shadowy husk, and all the way down. And you guys see down over the balcony and through some of these they're like like holes where you can see down in the platform that you're on, that it goes all the way to that light at the center. And as it hits the light in the center, the light dims even further, except that you can see now what that shape at its core is. And it is this spherical, scale-like shape that seems to move and shift like it's made of liquid.
At the center of the light?
At the center of this entire cavern, that light from before is now this solid form.
Oh, so there's not a light
Describe it
anymore.
as egg-shaped.
I would describe it as egg-shaped.
Is there no
Worldly.
light in the
It
place
does
where we are
indeed
now?
look worldly.
Jake,
What?
is there no light where we are now?
It is now very dark where you are. There's still some light.
I can just turn my holy symbol on, flashlight style, for you guys. 30 feet, bright light.
All right.
Dim to 60.
We're out of combat.
I can see 120
Sorry,
feet.
bro.
Cool.
6 points lay on hands.
To me?
Yeah.
Thank you. I need it. I'm feeling very sad. 6. Wow. I'm like
That makes
real
it with a
beat up.
punch,
Can,
but not for
can
the sword
Arena
attacks.
like be doing some of
Oh,
her
shit, I forgot
business?
about the sword attacks. Well, that wasn't my fault.
Can
I was hoping
Arena be doing some of her feel
Yeah,
betterness?
Arena will do some shit.
better?
What is her cure wounds? It's just a D8 plus her spellcasting modifier, which is probably fucking insane, right?
No, I don't. Did she always use cure wounds for that?
She
Or
She uses her
does
lay
lay
on
on
hands. Yeah,
That's what
alright.
I thought her pool for that was bigger, and then she doesn't have to use a spell slot.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So she'll do, I don't know, 30 points to you?
I can
If you
only
wanna
take
peek
20
over
if
here at
that's
everyone's
better.
totals, I'll let
Like
you
I don't need 30.
Okay.
If other
Well,
people need it.
I'm looking at me, Theo, and Arena because I have access to those sheets.
There you go.
Shit, how many would you have? 18 times 5. Someone help.
That's a lot. That's like
It's a
90.
Okay. So yeah, 30 to Theo.
You can just give me 20 if that's better. It's fine.
Doesn't matter. Just
All right,
take
I'll
30.
take 30 then.
And then 10 to me and 10 to herself.
Okay.
Is anyone else hurting?
A bit, yeah.
Koros and
Not enough
Baranum look
to-
like
A
they took
bit.
some hurt, but not a ton. Baranum more so.
I've discovered some new hit points recently, so
I don't love my HP actually. So.
That was 50. I'll give another 15 to Burnham.
Ooh, thanks.
Cool. All right. And then with this, you guys are able to make your way into the spire. Koros, as you approach in your dragon form, you see that like there's a set of human doors that are open, but you notice like the outline of the shape in the spire of a set of larger doors, and you sort of reach your arms up, and you can actually just push those open or pull them open, whatever it is. That there are dragon doors in this spire.
dope. Dope.
I'll take a history check from anyone who wants to know why there are dragon doors in the spire.
I do. I'm
I
all
do too.
about history checks.
Theo loves history. Everyone knows that.
It's a lower DC for those who
Karina
are from
actually
this plane.
apparently loves history.
Well, is it 10?
Yes, if you're from this plane.
So that's actually a 23 because I have dragon intelligence right now.
Nice. Baranum knows the answer, Nadam knows the answer, Koros knows the answer. It's because Azai was built for dragons originally, like many of the cities in Azemar. Thousands of years ago, the dragons enslaved all of the, lesser races, as they would call them. The humans, the dwarves, the elves, all of those things. And made them build cities for the dragons. So the spire was built for the dragons. So you find that as you pass through, that the hallways just sort of magically have room for you.
That's
It's
pretty
dope.
cool.
You guys go to the spire and you start to make your way down. You see in here many, many more of those shades, those shadows of the people who were here. Koros, as you draw near them, you see lots of, the mages of the arcane circle and elves of, various government function, because you can see through these shades into who they really were. And you guys make your way down, down, down the spire until finally, after many minutes of downward travel, you find yourselves, you recognize where you are because you've been here before. The very bottom of the spire is the throne room where you met with the Emperor.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
As you step out, you recognize the familiar chamber of the Emperor's throne room. You are standing in this large open space that it fills the entire width of the spire at this height. In the center of the room, there is a large open hole in the floor that looks down to what is normally the large glowing orb that illuminates the Undercity of Azai, but now holds this egg, this worldly egg shape below.
How far down is it?
Maybe 100 feet or so, 100 feet or 200 feet below this hole. On the far side of this hole, there is the throne where the Emperor typically sits. You see the room is filled with shades of the Emperor and his retinue and the people who are normally here, but more prominently, you see, as a sort of dividing line, clear across the center point of the throne room, between you and the throne, sort of going along, and then there's a gap where there's the hole in the middle, and then more, are many, many people, actual physical people. You recognize many of them because they all look like Vizerin Devere. Some in particular
Why?
that you recognize
Is Reese there?
include Reese and Count Strahd von Zarovich.
Oh, Arena's pissed.
On the far side of this circle, standing at
Are they
the edge of it,
reversed?
at the base of the throne, you see the Vizerin Devere you all know and love. And by know and love, I mean don't know very well and hate.
Dread and hate.
Dread and hate.
Are they reverse endgaming us? When do our portals open up and all of our friends show up, like Salik and Dirk and
not
all my
Evil
other
Pharaoh.
characters who have died?
Totally
And
alive Pharaoh.
Vizerin looks up and he says, "Ah, good, you've arrived. I hope you'd be here to see this. Thank you for bringing me the world egg." And as he does, he reaches his hand out, and the light from below seems to be drawing closer.
Can we shut that shit down? How far away is he?
Many feet.
You said the light, though, was 200 feet down through the hole.
Yes.
But it's now drawing up.
It is now drawing up. You can see the light growing brighter as it draws closer to the throne room.
My plan right now is to, like, dogpile on top of the thing as it gets into the room to prevent him from getting it.
How many Vizerin clones are there?
There are a dozen.
That's quite a few.
There's 6 on
Especially 'cause
each
one
side
them
of the
is
hole in the
strong.
middle.
Okay, so there's one that's like actively reaching out to touch it right now, right?
Yes, he's reaching down and he's pulling it up.
No, he's not. You said he was by the throne and he was, like, drawing it towards him, like, magically.
Yes, he is standing. All right, so let me describe.
Okay,
so from where you guys
that's
are, in the center of the room, there's a giant hole in the floor.
Oh, so we're not closer to it than he is.
He is closer to it because he's right up next to that giant hole in the floor, which is right at the base of the throne.
Oh, I, like, moved to that.
So you move up to towards the circle.
Here,
Yeah, I need to body slam this thing before he gets it.
As you move forward, you suddenly see one of the Vizerins reaches out a hand, and suddenly the light is much, much closer, and it seems like some time has passed, as if...
I would like to do something before he can, like, do any more shit.
He's
The
mentally.
word in.
Go.
Theo can keep, like,
Theo
saying
moves
what he's
forward.
doing.
What are you doing, Aridin?
Because of the wording on this, and I specifically checked the wording, it's just a weapon attack. Pushing attack. Strength saving throw, DC
Okay.
18.
What I'm telling you is a reaction is happening to you guys doing things that happens before your actions actually occur.
And he's gonna reach it before I can do this?
What I'm telling no. So, like, you see the rate that it's coming up, you could absolutely do this in time. What happens is one of the other Vizerins along the line reaches out a hand, and then suddenly, for all of you, it's as if it is a few moments later. The light is suddenly almost double the distance it was before, closer, and Vizerin is standing even closer to the edge of the circle. I will remind all of you, the very first time you met Vizerin, he froze time.
Yeah, this is time stop.
Indeed.
Oh. Are we still
I'm
in
just going
And
to
then
one
and then
action.
your arrow goes off.
Okay, I was just asking if I could do that.
Yeah.
Alright, to the one that's at the edge.
Right.
Right, so he needs a DC 18. Strength.
Cool. One of the Vizerins, right next to the thing, reaches out and grabs the arrow
Cool.
over the circle. He just leans out, reaches, grabs it, and then the other Vizerin, like, pulls him back up.
The one that grabbed it make a DC 18 strength. It still has as much kinetic, like, energy.
So, can they all do
shot.
time stop?
At least him and this other one can.
Okay, but it's like Quicksilver grabbing the hammer in slow-mo.
Can
What
I
do
try?
you do?
Can I try my mass suggestion as Spirit of Iran
You may.
and just say, "Give us the egg" to, like, all of the Vizerins and hope it has some freaking effect? Because that's all I have that won't be an action that'll make time go forward.
You see a few of them sort of some of them do and some of them don't sort of turn towards the center and start to move, and so there's some dissension among the ranks. Central Vizerin looks up and sees this and says and just steps off of the platform to fall down towards the
Oh,
wall.
I'm after him.
Yeah.
Have this.
I thought we first came in this chamber that like we were by the hole and then the thing was far away. So as soon as
No.
it was not like that,
You are far from the hole. Vizerin is right next to the hole.
No, I get that now. I'm
Cool.
saying when we first came in, that was Nadam and I have the totally same
Apologies.
idea.
No,
Go
I'm
Nadam, go.
after that.
Cool. No, you run forward and
Short
dive.
sword whip out.
A whole series of like readied spells come firing after you. You take a whole bunch of damage.
I counterspell one of them.
And I'm like launched back against the wall or something.
No, you can make it down the center, but Vizerin is
Like 5 magic missiles chase you.
bunch of magic missiles chase you, and you see below Vizerin is reaching out. He's diving towards it, and then his hand hits the world egg. It touches it.
Oh, I'm not within 15 feet, am I?
Not quite.
Damn. Otherwise, I would do the thing I did to Aridin the first time I was in the show.
And
That was
everything
pretty dope.
goes black. And we'll see you all next week.
Game over.
Yeah.
Great. Excellent.
Viewers, thank you for watching. Please tune in next week for the exciting conclusion, the finale of Princes, not just this season, this whole series. And I don't mean it in the British way. I do mean it in the American way, the whole thing. Big finale next week. Join us to see what the hell happens next. All right. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye now.
This is some Infinity War stuff here.